بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم الحمد لله رب العالمین. بینندگان عزیز تلویزیون سلام، سلام خدمتتون عرض میکنم. Actually we said tonight program is going to be in English, so good night every good friends of Salam TV. مشکل دنیای امروز اینه که اونایی که میگن تئوری داروین 100% درسته اشتباه میکنن و اونایی هم که میگن تئوری داروین 100% the same way cultural belief are transferred from parents to their children. More ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. ATP, okay, here is the Krebs cycle. The protein synthesis. How does it happen? Inside the nucleus of a cell, رحیم الحمد لله رب العالمین و بهی نستعین. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم والعصر ان الانسان لفی خسر الا الذین آمنوا و عملوا الصالحات و تواصوا بالحق و تواصوا بالصبر. Once again, I want to thank God that I'm here with you so we can go over the theory of Darwin and prove one more time how in every ayah of the Quran, if you look at it very carefully, they are proof of creation and they are proofs of intelligence. As I promised last week, I said I'm gonna show you a video about the honeybees and also the ayah in the Quran that in just one simple ayah shows how the bees, the honeybees, they can find their route and their path to their homes, and how they can go back and found the flowers that one bee would show them how to get there. But once again, I want to emphasize the reason we are having all these programs about Quran and science is not to prove the existence of God by science, or is not to tell that to get to God, you need to go through science. No, the only reason is that we are living in an era that science is becoming more and more important to our youth. And they are being bombarded every day, starting at the early age in high school, and then in college and university. You have been bombarded by the theory of Darwin, which was brought up by Charles Darwin in the beginning of 19th century. And since then, this fake theory, which has been used and emphasized on by politicians with personal agenda, has been brainwashing our children. When we're going to get to the program regarding social Darwinism, you'll see how leaders and politicians, people with personal agenda and imperial thinking, use the theory of Darwin to govern, people and follow the imperial goals. And they caused about 150 million deaths in the 19th and 20th century based on the theory of Darwin. And Quran has always emphasized that any time you go astray and if you go the wrong path, you're going to pay the consequences. And people who have been mistaken, and people who didn't do amr bil ma'ruf wa nahy az munkar, even though they were not totally related to those people, they're going to pay the price. So we have to be very careful even today if we don't follow this important and extremely important message of the Quran, which is amr bil ma'ruf wa nahy az munkar. If we don't do that, then we are guilty by association, and we're going to pay the price if something is decided by God and if a calamity would come to us. So we're going to pay for it even though we were not directly associated with the tyrants. So we have to be extremely careful. Another thing that I want to share with you is that since we started this program about Quran and science, especially in the Farsi section of it, in the Persian speaking part of it, I received so many phone calls totally unrelated to the subject, and phone calls of people that they just want to fight you and they don't want to get the message. And Na'uzubillah, I don't want to compare myself to the prophets or the Amme or the Imams, but I remember this sentence of Imam Ali alayhi salam, who was saying, Saluni, Saluni qabla an tafqaduni. It means ask me before I disappear from you, before I go. And some people would laugh and ask the Hazrat, if you know everything, can you tell me how many hair I have on my head? These are the kind of questions they would ask. And unfortunately, today, after all these programs that we talk about Quran and science, you would not believe the kind of questions I get through emails or through my programs, especially in the Farsi language. Stupid questions that people ask because they want to fight the truth. So let's start this program by the ayah in the Quran, which is Surah 16, ayah 68 and 69. I'm going to read the ayah to you. If you can show it on the, would you please show it on the screen so we can look at it together? No, the other picture. I don't know if you have it. Okay, I'm going to just read it to you. It says, your Lord revealed to the bees, build dwellings in the mountains and the trees, and also in the structures which men erect. Then eat from every kind of fruit, and travel the path of your Lord, which have been made easy for you to follow. The video presentation I'm going to show, which is about 15 minutes, is going to actually discuss scientifically this part of the ayah. So, travel the path of your Lord, which have been made easy for you to follow. From inside them comes a drink of varying colors, containing healing for mankind. There is certainly a sign in that for people who reflects, men of understanding. So it's amazing that each time that you have a very highly scientific fact in the Quran, you'll see this sentence at the end, for people who reflects, for people of understanding. Now let's watch the video together so you'll see what God means by this ayah scientifically. Let me just, if you want to, please show the screen for the video, please. Okay, so we're going to see the miracles of the honeybee, and you're going to see the explanation of this ayah. So as I said, this video is about the amazing path that honeybees would take